to y'all, sponsored to you by Let's Talk. Now, if Miss Nelda would please go there and let her do her job. Please follow my friend. Let's Talk, y'all. This is the best.
And the following contents for commentary and educational purposes only. All allegations made are alleged. Viewer discretion is advised.
Guys, and welcome back to my channel. It looks like Diamond got her groove back, but it went left. Now, if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe so you can be caught up to all the latest tea. So you all remember Diamond hit Facebook Live smiling from ear to ear about her new man. Now, it was giving full-blown story time energy. Now, telling us how she finally moved on after her split with Margaret. Now, how she was feeling herself, but child, it didn't last long and the tea was spilling. Comes to find out, not only is he married, he has a couple of other side chicks.
You might not know me, but my cousin, her name is Kalo. You might know her. She has been having an affair with your husband. I think his name go by the name of D. And I wanted to just, let you know, man to man, or man to woman. If you could, you can call me back at 808-498-9156. Thank you and have a great day.
There's somebody man in there. He think he's slick, but bitch, I know there's somebody man. And let me tell you something. That was just me talking, like real talk. Now I still shut up before you won't be on here to hear the story. That was me trolling how you will be on here trolling, bro. Like real talk. You know what I'm talking about? Cause you doing too much. I'm gonna put y'all up out of here. I ban you up off of this live, bro. And you gonna get to hear, or I'll take this over there to the top. Now I said stand down. All you stand the now I'm gonna give you the story, or you gonna add your own to it. What the you gonna do? I'm gonna give you the story. I know she made a post. I don't get no about that. She want attention. I don't get no, cause she ain't even have to make that. She ain't even have to do that. Folks just be wanting attention out here, doing the most. Now I'm gonna give you the story, and you can shut the fuck. You know what I'm talking about? Real talk. Shit. Now I heard what you said. I seen it. You know what I'm talking about? Just stand the fuck down now. Can't nobody tell a story like the one that's in the story. Let me tell it myself. You hear me? Let me tell it. Shit, cause like I said, once again, I'm innocent in this. Clean teeth is innocent. I'm innocent in this. I don't be knowing what the be going on. All I know is that my kitty cat was horny. That's all I know. I don't be knowing a thing on my Memo. I really don't. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, these is for the streets, just like these is for the streets. They for the streets. They for the streets. Yeah, it is. Got me caught up in a love triangle. They for the streets. You hear me? Now I'm finna get y'all over here to the goddamn story. And you the guts. Set the fuck. And then I'm gonna take my story to TikTok and make me some money. And, you know, because it don't make money, it don't make sense. I said I ain't scared. Set the fuck. There ain't nobody with shit around here. I'm breathing already been around here. Ain't nobody with nothing. You hear me? Real talk. Ain't nobody with a goddamn thing around here. Ain't nobody beefing with no that's married. Now let me say this right here. All ears and all eyes on Big and Dime. Shut the fuck. This how this went down. So, okay. The other day, if y'all was watching, Miracle got into it with somebody at the bus stop, remember? She got into it with somebody at the bus stop, okay? And I go to the bus stop, you feel me? Ask the bus driver, did you know my daughter was, I'm talking about, y'all seen that, arguing with some little girl. Okay, make a long story short. Her mother walked around here, and that's Miss Russell. She walked around here to my house, and they was pointing at my door with her 2 kids and another little girl. They were pointing at my door. So I'm getting out the shower with a towel wrapped around my soaking wet, looking real nice and scrumptious like I always do. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? So I go to the door with my towel and I say, what did I say? I said, y'all need something? Because they were pointing at my door. I said, y'all need something? And she said, yeah, I'm this little girl mama right here who your child got into it with. Now let's keep this in mind now. She be watching me on Facebook, her mama. I ain't never met her in my life. You hear me? I don't know her. I never met her. But she came over here and we chopped it up about the kids. You know what I'm talking about? Arguing. You know, same way how I went up to Miss Ma'am though. You know, but it ain't cool to be coming to people's house. As long as ain't nobody come to my house on no, I don't get no, I can talk like an adult. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, and she went on over when she came over here. So we chopped it up, you know what I'm talking about? Made the kids hug it out or whatever, because that's what you do in the community. So now that's that. Now let me rewind. Let me go back. Dime ended up, you know, somebody, you know, meet somebody, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, when I meet them, you know, I run my mouth. Always, you know, and that just is what the fuck it is. I don't get enough about none of that. You know. Now let me say this right here. I did not know that this had no woman. I know what I said, and I know what he told me, and now I see he got to be there. You know, they don't be honest out here. You know, I met this, we chopped it up, you know, boom, boom, boom. You already know Diane put her whole leg behind her ears around this ding-a-ling card was everything. You know, I'm talking about boned this out on my mall, you know, and I like that, you know, and they told me he had just got out of a relationship, you know, 4 months ago, and he wasn't seeing nobody. That's what he told me. So, mind you me, I've been on here talking about the story. I said, I ain't called him since we had that, or whatever the case may be. I ain't called him, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't called him since we got damn, or whatever the case may be. Hey, get on in there! I ain't called him since we had them, or whatever. So the nigga called me and was like, little mama, you gonna do it like that? They gonna say, little mama, listen to the story. Now sit down, listen to the story. He said, damn, little mama, you gonna do it like that and not call me? You know what I'm talking about? So I said, yeah, I don't chase, I replace. I don't do no chasing. I ain't chasing no. You know, obviously this was good the first time. If you didn't hear me, this was good the first time for him to call back and see why the fuck I haven't called him. You know what I'm talking about? So she, you know, I'm on the phone chopping it up with the whatever, you know. And, you know, he was supposed to come to my house one night and he didn't come. So, you know, I was mad at him. He didn't come. So he took off work that whole day to come spend some time with me. But mind you, me, I had to get my hair did yesterday. So I ain't wanting to see my bald head. You know what I'm talking about? I had to get my hair did. So we ended up meeting up later on. So, but while I'm calling, you know, I'm telling him, I'm saying, you know, I'm spin game to him and I'm letting him know, you know, when they don't goddamn get in touch with you like that, I said, man, they got to be saying something about it. I said, ain't no way you bow-legged, bald-headed, finer than them, smell good, you know, lean longer than them, thick with girth. Ain't no way that you ain't got no. He says, no, I don't. You know, but while we chopping it up on the phone, I hear somebody in the background say, who you on the phone with? And then say, my cousin. So the phone ended up hanging up. I texted, I said, okay, cuz, hilarious. LOL. I said, I see you later on tonight. So when he gets here that night, I cracks him about it. I said, who was that? I said, that was a female. I said, who was that, cuz? You know what I'm talking about? He said, I was on my other phone. He pulled out the other phone. He said, I was on this other phone and I was talking to somebody else. He said, there was another conversation that wasn't meant for you. I was letting them know I was on the phone with my cousin too. Straight line his off, you feel me? So it's all good or whatever the case may be. So I said, since that lied, I said, see, this is the plan I came up with. Now I'm taunting everybody on Facebook saying that I'm whatever the case may be. So I come up with this Big Bang theory. And I say, hey, hush, go on there, sit down. I come up with this Big Bang theory and I say, it's this right here. I say, I know I always told them I was going to let them listen to me goddamn on this because I talk big when I'm talking about that and give these some pointers on how to, you hear me? Give them some pointers because don't know like no boring and don't want to hear that he in there and want to talk and you got to talk back to him. So I'm giving these hoes some pointers. So I decided to do it with him. Cause I feel like you lied to me. Now even though I'm up on here shooting and saying I'm somebody, man, I didn't know. I'm just sitting up here, I'm thinking the nigga, I'm gonna take your word at first. But I ain't know if I let y'all hear his voice on here, somebody was gonna step forward and play right into my hands like that. And lo and behold, watch how this unravel. You hear me? That's weird, I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I know now. Called his and cussed him out too. On my soul. Cause don't have me out here like that. Do what you do. If you gonna do what you do, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I ain't no reason to get out here and just, what I'm talking about, be out here goddamn just screwing multiple goddamn women. Like, for real. Like, real talk. If you gonna love who you with, you know what I'm talking about. If they out here goddamn doing for you, love who you with. Don't see nothing else that's nice and chocolate and falling off the bone and then want that too. You know what I'm talking about? No, don't do that right there. No, I won't talk to Riri. She ain't want to come give me no kid, so no. We won't talk, but I'm still cool with her. She ain't want to give me no kitty cat, so I got needs. I'm 47. I ain't dead down there. I'm 47 years old. I get hot. I be in heat. I need me somebody. I got needs, I hadn't been with nobody in a long time, with no man. And so when I got with that, I just went crazy. You feel me? Now it look like I ain't finna have none for a while again, cause this too much. This too much. You hear me? This too much, baby. I ain't asked for this right here. That's all I'm saying. And I wake up, people making statuses and stuff, tagging my name and all stuff like that. Damn, screwing such and such, man. Like, oh my God, the whole internet was waiting on me to go live. Like, is you cool? Like, is y'all cool? No, let me tell my side of the story, baby, because ain't no right side like dying side. It's two sides to the story. Let me tell y'all what happened. Let me take this shit from the beginning. You hear me? You know what I'm talking about? Let me take it from the beginning, and me and our girl, we chopped it up, about it or whatever. And she was telling me, even if you was, which I didn't really know that was him who she was talking about. I ain't want to believe it was him, but it was. It was him. You hear me? I'm like, damn. Yeah, you'll hear me out here beefing with goddamn bras, and I don't even know the had, because I ain't finna over no ding-a-ling. There's too many out here in this world. I ain't finna over no meat. Hell no. I'm just gonna go get me some, because that one out here running wild. You hear me? It's running wild. Fuck me. Yeah. He's out here running wild on my meat mall. You hear me? Yeah, man. And they said, damn, you be drinking early in the morning. Hey, you see why? Goddamn, every time I open my mouth, every time I do something, if I look this way or look that way, I'm caught up in something. Somebody saying something about my name, somebody tagging me to something. Yeah, that's why I drink. That's why I have me a cold one every morning. You know what I'm talking about? And smoke my new pouch. I don't bother nobody, man. I don't bother nobody. But I don't want to be fighting out here with nobody else, about they man that ain't none of they man. You know what I'm talking about? Real talk. I don't. I ain't finna fight over no meat. No. It's worth fighting over, though, but I ain't trying to go through that right there, baby. Like I said, I ain't no bad-looking girl. I'm pretty sure if I see something I want and I holler at her, I can get them. He'll bite. These niggas out here, they don't give a... He'll bite, you know what I'm talking about. But I want one that's gonna be mine and that ain't out here trying to play with everybody. Cause like that was saying, oh my God, you got some good little kitty cat on you, you know. And yes, it's true. You know, that's my prized possession. And they said, what you bring to the table, Dime? They said, what you bring to the table, Dime? And that's what the hell I bring to the table. Because, look, I'm not finna put no money in one of y'all's pockets. I got 2 kids. You understand me? I got 2 kids. Yes, I stay in the projects. I need some help. My house is nice. I cook real good. I cook, I clean. I don't smell like onion rings. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You know, and my fruit salad don't hang down to my knees. I still got a baby twat. You hear me? My lips don't hang. Ain't no ibis roast beef round this. That girl is pretty. Yeah. And I keep a bowl just like the skin on my forehead. You goddamn right. Yes, ma'am. And that just is what it is. And I don't have time to be caught up in nothing out here. When I tell you nothing, I don't have time for it, baby. You know. Now, I'm going to take my story over there and tell it too. Because I know the whole world is waiting on me over there. You know, they waiting on me. Lord have mercy, I done got, oh my God, 500 followers. Just that quick. 500 followers on Facebook. It's showing me 500. That's crazy, bruh. That's crazy. Like, real talk. And then I don't want, you know, I don't know what's going on with this man and his wife. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what's going on with her and him. She probably feels some kind of way because he out here being a dog. You know what I'm talking about? And I don't want the wife to say that people be, you know, they be a fool about their husbands. I know that. You know, I had to, you know, throw some buckshots at my husband out here doing the most. That's why I ain't with him now. Like, real talk, when I got to do that with you, no, I don't need to be with you. Especially when you jeopardizing my kitty cat. You jeopardizing my big purr down there. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, sirree, Bob. I don't need to be with you. You're for the streets, and we gonna leave you to such that way. You know what I'm talking about? So I gave him a piece of my mind this morning, because, bro, you don't do that. You don't play with nobody like that, you know, and I don't need to know you like that, for real. You know, all I know at the 6 was fantastic. Smokes cigarette. To my Lord, how much I had a good pounding. I guess it was good while it lasted, huh? Yeah, it was good while it lasted. You know, that little fiasco is over. On to the next one. Any takers out there? We got any takers? I'm single again. Back on the prowl. I thought it was perfect. I don't know how. Hey, it's crazy, ain't it? I swear to God. But look, I did that because when that nigga got on there and said cousin, I said, oh yeah, let me put this voice in the phone. They gonna hear me bone his ass out. Let me put his voice out there. If he fucking with anything out here, if he messing with anything out here, they gonna know that voice. And lo and behold, when I be goddamn. And they say, why I be on Facebook? Because you can find out anything you want to know. You can find out anything. Anything you can find out about it. You better get on there, and y'all better go through them phones too. And let me say this right here. I was trolling because y'all was trolling. I told a lot of people over there because girls was on there saying stuff, you know, over there trying to call me, telling me, oh, if anything, you just, bitch, shut up. Like your tongue ain't never been, like you ain't never seen, or like your day never goddamn purred in the morning time. Like you ain't never wanted to do that, just being spontaneous. Shut up. They had a whole lot to say, so I was telling them over there, yeah, I'm getting off on one of y'all. You know, that's how I played it, just trolling. But lo and behold, it was the truth. It was the dang truth. And I ain't even know. I don't remember even more. Real talk, bruh. I ain't know. Cause I ain't in one of those. I don't want nobody more. I don't want nobody man. You know. But he ain't my man and he ain't her man either. That nigga is a whole married man just out here doing what the hell he do, I guess. You know, ain't none of my business. I don't even know the wife. I guess the girlfriend. I don't know the wife, and I don't even know the girlfriend. Her child and my child got into it, you know. And she came over here and said, "I ain't know you know such and such." I said, "Who is that?" You know. I played dumb. See, cause I said this time, whatever nigga I'm with, I ain't gonna have nobody in my business. But because he did me like that and then leave me, no, you ain't leave me, you know, you kind of did me fucked up. Cause all you had to do was keep it real and say, hey, listen, I got a wife. We ain't clicking like that. And then I've been around with this girl, man, and I ain't feeling her like that. Ain't nothing wrong with her coming to a female like that. All folk gotta do is just keep that real. You know, be honest, man, and let it be up to that person whether or not they want to continue to mess with you, bruh. That's all that is. It go that way, man. Keep that real. But don't have me out here in the blind, not knowing stuff, and then folk pulling up to my goddamn house. You know what I'm talking about? You know, asking me about a situation. Nah, don't put me on the spot like that. Because, you know, I might be going through something. I could have been heated or mad or you don't know what somebody else going through. And there it is, a confrontation. Because, you know, I don't like for people to pull up to my house, especially questioning me about no goddamn man. You hear me, period. And it just is what it is. You know, that was weird. It was weird as all that does, bruh. You know, but it is what it is now. You know, to my... And that's my story. No, he don't be on Facebook. He on there now, damn.
Well, here's my take. When you're freshly out of a breakup, sometimes you jump into the first thing that makes you feel wanted. And Diamond might have been caught up in that moment. But listen, you don't give your opportunity, a whole opportunity to clown you. And at the end of the day, the tea got spilled and the receipts were dropped and the neighborhood drama just got even bigger. Now, but was Diamond wrong, or was she moving too fast, or was the man wrong for selling dreams to everybody? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Keep in mind, this video is for commentary and entertainment purposes only. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because I'm almost certain it'll be a part 2. Until next time, you guys. Lunchtime.